and welcome back to the Sedona International Film Festival. I'm Carol Kahn. We are coming to you live from Facebook, as well as the Sedona Performing Arts Center. And joining me now is Fia with the film Mermaid. Welcome.
Thank you.
And we were just kind of catching up before we just came live about us being from New York. And
we're both from New York. You can tell we have, sometimes Carol and I go in and out of a thick accent, and then we kind of go back to this.
Yeah, so. Yes. And I don't say coffee anymore. Do you have a cup of coffee?
I tell you, but when you drink coffee and it's like coffee, it's really good coffee. All right?
So good to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here. It's been such an amazing experience. Everybody has done such an incredible job here with the festival. So,
now, this is your first time in Sedona?
I've been to Sedona a couple times to feel the vortexes. I haven't levitated yet. I'm still trying to work on that. I got to stop eating bagels. Maybe I can levitate myself. But I love it here. But this is the first time at the festival. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Good. It's so good to have you here. So tell us a little bit about your film.
Okay. So Mermaid is, it's about a 10-year-old little boy who's realizing that he is a little girl, and but is really struggling because his father doesn't support him. He's getting bullied at school because even though he's still a little boy, he's changing, and the kids are picking on him. This is what's happening in the world, right? And so in my short film, we pick up where he tries to take his own life because he's lost hope, and he tries to drown himself in this apartment complex pool. And this drag queen, Pepper, drag artist who is coming back from a long night of performing, finds him drowning in the bottom of the pool and pulls him out before he loses consciousness. It's called Mermaid because transgendered kids, especially little girls, identify with mermaids because it has that. It's the symbolic of transformation, but also that mermaids have breasts, but they don't have any lower genitalia. So there's that beauty of being kind of ambiguous, but beautiful and very feminine. Mm-hmm. And the curves of the mermaid too, which is something that really struck me as well.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So what brought you to that? Because this topic is definitely a really big topic, especially in the transgender in the population, and also suicide.
Yes.
So what brought you to do this film?
I have to say, years ago, when I started a journey to try to have a child of my own, and that did not work out. My fertility said, nope, no thanks. So creatively, I was able to give birth. But so I started that journey finding out about adoption, and I found out about so many of these children, gay children and transgendered kids that were in foster care that couldn't be adopted, and I was very moved by their story. And the plight that they had, and just the risk of the not feeling included, and never having that family of belonging. And then I did more research, and I started finding out about children that were trans and gay that couldn't come out, and still were, kids as young as 6 years old are taking their lives. So we're seeing I felt a real calling for it, for this subject matter. I have friends that are trans, and they're just, I love them because they are so strong, they're so brave, and they speak their truth, they live authentically, and a lot of them are really helping other people claim their authenticity and their truth. So that's something I felt really compelled to tell this story, because it's really about overcoming. It's also becoming who you are, but it's a bigger story. This short film is part of a whole feature film that I've written, but it's really about everybody that's felt that they never belonged in their life, and we've all felt that way. People that addiction or their diversity issues, or they never felt that they belonged, never had a place. So this is a film that is about people coming together, coming through that loneliness and finding acceptance. And it really is about these families, that the conservative families, are people that I've talked to so many parents that had to understand and wrap their head around what's really going on with my child. Mm-hmm. So I felt that this is something, that a story that really needs to be told. And some of the parents that, I talked to this one mom, and she was telling me about their husband. They're very liberal, very accepting. They love their kids, but he was still mourning the loss of his son to being a little girl in a way, and then accepted that and was able to embrace his daughter. So I think that there is, if I can provide some sort of bridge or to people that don't understand or they might not accept, but they do find that understanding and that way of loving their child, or somebody else that might be somebody else's child that's transgender or whatever, gay or whatever. So it's something I feel very passionate about, to be able to stop suicide with these kids. I mean, I sat next to this, he's probably 28 years old, and he's gay, and he said, my family, they don't talk to me anymore because I'm gay. And I just thought, this person is just such a beautiful soul, and what a loss that his mother doesn't know who he is. So I feel very passionate about it. Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing that, because I also want to say that not only are you helping, those that in that situation, and knowing that everything is okay, there's the other side of that, which is also judgment, and so I think what happens on our end, I mean, I have a lot of friends that are transgender and friends who their children are, and trying to go through that similar situation, and what it's done for me is not judging, and I think that's a really important point as well. So it's on both sides of that. So tell me, when is your film being shown?
It's being shown today at 1 o'clock, and then tomorrow night at 7.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then of course virtually, which is great, having the resources to watch anytime you want the film. So.
Well, that's wonderful. I can't wait to hear
Thank
all
you
about
so much.
it.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here with
Thank
us.
you for having me here and talking to me. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for everything that you're doing too.
Thank you. Thanks, Thea.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more from the Sedona International Film Festival after this.